Hi, everyone, and thank you for tuning into Abduction, Victim to Survivor. My name is Abby, and I am your host today. My podcast is about family abduction and the stories of those who've lived through it. Their stories are filled with pain, hope, and resilience. I am very passionate about dispelling the myth that when a child is taken by a parent or family member, it's okay. You will see from the personal stories shared here and from the experts that it is not okay. You will learn about the harm it causes to the abducted children, the searching parents, and those who love them. I do my best to create a safe space for people to share heartfelt, painful, and difficult conversations to help you understand family abduction and show those with lived experience that they are not alone. This is personal for me because my son was abducted from me and his life when he was just 10 years old. I want to emphasize that time is of the essence when it comes to recovering missing children. The longer they remain missing, the more pain and trauma the children will experience. Today, I am so excited and so honored that my friend, who I haven't seen in years, has agreed to share her story with you, and it is quite an emotional roller coaster. I know my friend Penny Gale for so many years through Team Hope because you will see she has such a big heart and wants to help other people. And in case this is the first time you're tuning in, Team Hope is a volunteer-based peer support network. It's a program of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and everyone in Team Hope has had or still has a missing or exploited child, and then we help other people who are going through it. And that's how I know Penny Gale, because she has such a generous heart and wants to help other people. Penny Gale is retired from the health field. She used to be a nurse. Again, shows how caring and loving she is and how she wants to help. And her son, Eric, who is one of 6 children, and not only that, Penny Gale has 27 grandchildren and 5 great-grandchildren. And her son, Eric, was taken when he was only 6 weeks old, just 6 weeks old. And Penny Gale is going to do that long journey until he was recovered and how he is today. So, Penny Gale, thank you for being here.
Well, I'm
Thank you.
so excited. Thank you for having me.
Oh, and it's so wonderful to see you. Um, would you want to start telling your story with about your relationship with your son's father? You
Yes, I'll start with that.
okay.
It excuse me. I met his father. I don't like to say his name, but I'll say it for this. I don't like talking about him, but for this, I will because he did so many evil, evil things to me and my children and to Eric after he got him back. But he um, he was a charmer. It's like he was a snake, honestly. After the fact that I realized. Um, and then he just poisoned me, and I didn't know I had a voice. I didn't know that there were other people out there who are women are going through the same thing with, abuse, and so I got pregnant accidentally, but I kept the baby, which was Eric, and he made sure Brett made sure that, he just began to control me. We got married, which was a huge mistake, but I didn't know that at the time because he was still charming. But then, and then he watched me like a hawk while I was pregnant. We moved into a house. I had 4 children, and he made them call him daddy. I totally hated, but I couldn't fight him. I could not fight him. And if I wanted to go anywhere, I didn't dare leave my children. But he held on to Lily, who was 3, and he would go places. He did that on purpose. And I didn't want to fight him because she was so little, and it was really, really difficult to keep my children safe because of him.
Mhm.
And he caused bruises to my children, and he caused bruises on my neck and my arms.
I'm so sorry.
And I was pregnant at that time, like 7 months pregnant. And so when it came to time to go to the hospital, because I was really having some hard contractions, and so we took all the kids to one house each because we had a lot of friends who was able to help me to do that. And then we got to the hospital, and I was already like almost 10 centimeters. Yeah. And of course, he stayed by my side. And Eric was very big. He was 9'1". I haven't had a
My
baby
God.
that big. Yeah, all the ones were like 7, 6, 5 pounds.
Oh my gosh, what a
And he's
big guy.
not, you can't even tell now. He's just a medium-sized young man. Oh gosh. But anyway, this is what he said while I still was on the, I pushed him out, and they're getting him ready to be cleaned and such things. And he comes to my ear right here, and this is the kind of man he was. He said he thought I wasn't pushing hard enough for a 9'1" pounder. I couldn't say anything, but if I was that person right now, I would just scream at his face and tell him to get the hell out of this labor room.
Yeah. Well, you're a
But
different person now. You're a different person. You're
I
much
am a
stronger.
different person. Oh,
Yeah.
Abby, I cannot tell you that this experience with somebody like him
Yeah.
has opened my eyes and heart to what not to do. And I'm not that person anymore. I just look back
Yes.
at her, and I just like, I was a wreck. And then I was nursing, and then I had postpartum. Uh, I was, I felt crazy because I didn't have any medicine. I hadn't seen the doctor except for the OB. And then when we went home, he would always try to, like, if I'm changing him, he would just kind of go like this, so I'd be out of the way so he could finish it. And he didn't want me. He called the doctor and said to me, or to the doctor, that I had mastitis, which is very painful on one side. And I tried to feed him, but it was really painful, so I did on the other side, and he, like, tattled on me, like, "She's not supposed to be doing that, is she?" Anyway,
Instead of caring about how you were so uncomfortable. Yeah.
he did both. He
Mhm.
did not care.
Yeah.
And there was one time he had so awful and embarrassing, but I'm gonna tell it because it's the truth of what happened. And, sometimes he would put Lily in the tub. She was 3 years old, and he'd go in with her, and I could not say one word, and I was so now I'm in postpartum mood,
Yeah.
and I felt dead inside. I could hardly take care of my children, but I did, and some friends helped me.
So what happened on the day that he took Eric? That was when he was 6 weeks old. So you were still experiencing postpartum, right?
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah.
Um, there was he had some young man call. I didn't know him. His Raymond? I'm not sure. I think his name was Raymond. I said, "Well, why are you calling? Why are you calling?" He said he's got car trouble and the car won't start. And with that, I believed it. I really did because we did have car trouble. And so I called my friend and she offered to come with me, which I'm grateful that she did. This was like I was getting real antsy because it was almost time to feed Eric. You know, he fed him formula, and then when I got him, would nurse him.
Yeah.
And so it was 7, let's see, he said he'd call back at 7:30. So he called back and said, he needs you to come pick up Eric. And I was so like not mad, but just feeling indisposed. I have 4 kids here, so I had to
Yeah.
get a babysitter,
Yeah.
which they came right away for me. And so my friend and I went to where they were, and I got out of the car. I got in the car and it started right away. And I looked in the back seat, and Eric's infant seat was sitting on the seat. And then I saw his pajamas and his t-shirt, and it was sitting on the floor in the back seat. And my friend, she said immediately, she said, "Oh no, we knew, we knew that he had stole him." And that's why he got the kid to call. So he could leave and go to the airport. And that's how I found out. And that's how everybody else found out. Yeah,
Cruel. Wow.
it was cruel. And I
Yeah.
still needed to nurse him, and I had no baby. And then I called my lawyer for what she could do. And I met her at the court, which wasn't very far at all.
Hmm.
And she said to come on Monday so she could get some kind of like a, I forget what it's called, so that they hope that he will show up at the court.
At the hearing. Yeah.
Yeah. But he didn't, of course, show up. Anyway, I'm sure before that he had probably really talked to this Judge Dean. I don't like that name either. And he can talk people into like going into an igloo and staying there for a week and be cold. But
Because he's that charming.
so yeah, and my lawyer said I didn't need to be there because I still had a little baby and I needed to take care of him and not at the court. So I'm sure he took advantage of that. I'm really sure. And so the judge, this was right before he took him, did he would have him during the weekend just for
Oh,
like
you were
maybe 4.
separated. You were
Yeah,
separated from him?
yeah.
Yeah.
And and said, I could see the formula, and I hated to go. Somebody would always come with me to go get Eric,
That was smart.
and
Yeah.
Brent wasn't happy about it. But anyway, whatever he said, I think did something to Judge Dean, and he did say, you can feed him the formula, but his mother is going to nurse for him. And I'm sorry, I'm not going in order here.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's fine. It's really, it's okay.
Okay.
So, y- um, when you found out that he was missing, that his father took him, what were the next steps? What were you able to do? Because what year was this? This was a long time. This was in
81, 81.
1981. That was before the National Center even
Yeah.
existed.
Yes. It was right after Adam, little
Yes.
Adam, right after him.
Uh-huh.
And because I saw him on the Phil Donahue show, the
Uh-huh.
the couple were,
John and
yeah,
Rivet.
they were
Yeah,
on the show,
right.
and he did most of the talking. And I thought, this is what I thought. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if they caught the guy, but little Adam, you just blinked your eye. That's all you did. I did that.
Right.
We have done that. We have done that as moms. And then he's gone, and then he's gone. And then I thought, I don't know what it's like for a parent to snatch your child. I've never heard it,
Right.
and I thought about them so much. And all the police officers would do is just take a report because they didn't know what to do. Remember, they didn't know what to do,
No.
and
Yeah.
I thought they did. And they took some notes and then told me to call my lawyer, and then they drove away.
Yeah.
And I was stunned, see,
Yeah. I
because
know.
I didn't know that they didn't know,
Right.
right? Right, they
Right.
know now,
Yeah.
all these years.
And they still not all of them take it seriously,
Oh,
you know?
they need to. What if it was
Exactly.
their child? What if it was
Right.
their child?
Exactly.
I know that people have said that
Yeah.
to them,
Yes. Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
anyway,
So what happened after that? Oh my God, 1981. I didn't even realize it was before the center even opened. They didn't open until 1984. Wow.
well, I don't even know. I think my lawyer, she was so sweet. I think my lawyer was looking for things to help me,
Yes.
and she gave me a number for the children's. Your name was on it. She said your name. She said to call you.
Oh,
Shoot, I forget what it's called. That you could help me, she said. Well, I mean, it's so long ago. It's probably in my, my box of and so I called you, and then you told me what to do, and then we went to the first team up. Oh, and then I met Colleen.
yes. Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
She was I call her my miracle angel
Uh,
still to this day, and she
yeah.
sends me Christmas cards because I want to see her children grow. And already she has a boy in college and a girl in a senior.
So for our listeners, it's Colleen Nick, and Colleen's daughter Morgan was taken by a stranger. In I think in the early
They were
1990s, I
Yeah,
think.
she was like
And
6.
and Morgan is still missing. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I really
Yeah, so
feel
then
bad
you
for
had the
her.
support of everybody from Team Hope and
Oh, oh, it was
yeah.
the best thing ever,
Yeah.
best thing ever in our lives.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
he had been found, and then because of that, the mamas and the dads they would say, "Gail, I'm really happy for you. However, I wish I could have my child back." And I get it.
Yeah. So let's talk about how Eric was found because that's a really interesting story.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that I had to wait 22 years for my son to be in my life.
22 years. That's
Mhm. He was just, he had joined the army. He was in South Carolina at the military base there.
Mhm.
And so I didn't get a baby back.
You got a man.
Yeah. And he
Yeah.
just looked like a little kid. Like you should see him now. He's just, yeah, he looks very good. Um, by the way, because they didn't have much things to go on for parenting, parents choosing to steal their children. Uh, it was called for me custodial interference, and I think that's really stupid.
That was what it was called for my case too.
Yeah.
Custodial interference. Yep. And that was
Well,
in
I will.
97.
Well,
Yeah.
it probably was me because I was the one that kept interfering, and but it didn't help. Ay, ay, ay. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So what did his father did something, right, to cause Eric to be found or what what
no,
happened?
uh, he was, I don't know where he was. I think he was still in California, and, Eric purposely joined the army. Because he wanted to get away from his father. He Listen to this, my son had something in his heart that something is going on with his father, that he's lying to him. So, he decided either he was working too, and he got into the health field as well, uh, being a medical assistant. That's why he can do, he's in, he's a medic as well. So, anyway,
So Pennygale,
yeah.
he is in the same field that you were in the
Right.
medical field.
Yes.
Isn't that something?
Yes, and then his sister's a nurse. 3 of
Yeah.
us. 3 of us.
Mhm.
I was like, "What?" Oh, it was
Wow.
stupid, and he still does.
Even though you were separated for 22 years, he still has your heart.
He did, he really
Yeah,
did. And so, at the time, I didn't have a voice. I didn't know I had a voice like I do now.
right.
And all this time, remember Maureen? She was my
Yes.
health she was my, I'm not sure what to call her, a counselor, maybe?
Huh?
And, she said I could call her, I'll call her or she'll call me. Oh my gosh, I love that woman. She she right before I was going to be found, I had the same feelings. My heart is telling me that something is going on. And so I'd call her and say, I said, how do you like this idea? What can I do? Where's my son?" And so she'd tell me, "Just hold on and be patient." Okay. So that was the summer of 2003. Well, she was my caseworker. That's what it was. I couldn't think of the name, caseworker. And she
Maureen from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children?
Yes,
Yes, Maureen
yes,
O'Rourke. Yeah.
yeah, she
No,
was,
that
I don't
wasn't
know,
oh, I
I
can't
actually
remember her
don't know
last
her
name.
last name. Yeah,
Yeah.
um, she was at, NECMEC,
Yes.
And let's see, I was unaware of the background starting the year of '02, when authorities were working hard to bring my son to me. If Brett was caught doing something legal, I would think, what will I get back as a son?
Oh, sure.
Good man, an older man, a caring heart as I prayed for. So back in June of 2002, Agent Colleen Mayer worked for the U.S. Department of Education. Colleen, Colleen's duty was to investigate fraud involving loans for education, and so Colleen was had worked for the FBI, and he apparently his father Brent um, would get loans, financial loans, and some at this time they thought Eric was doing this
Oh,
because Brett made it something because Brett stole his
Social Security
social,
or
yes, yes.
yeah,
So that's at this time.
right.
Finding out that Brett was using Eric's social security number and stealing his identity. And then he changed their name to Michael something Michael. They were calling him Michael. So after Colleen identified Eric's true identity, she contacted Joyce Shores, and I don't remember ever meeting her. So she helped her. Joyce advised Colleen that Eric was reported kidnapped by his father when Eric was 6 weeks old and currently was 21 years old. And so Joyce sent a photography of Brent, and I had provided when I sent pictures of my children for Steve. Remember Steve?
Oh, yeah, he was the forensic artist at the National
Yeah.
Center
So
for
he was
Missing
going
and
to
Exploited
do that.
Children. He did
Do
the
you?
age progressions.
Yes, and he had his heart. He calls me and said,
Yes.
"Penny Gale, I just want you to know I'm not going to be here anymore. I'm retired, but I want you to know that at that time when you brought all those pictures, it helped me so much." I
Yeah,
was
because yeah,
stunned.
yeah.
I
Because
was
usually the child needs to be at least 2 years old for them to do an age progression.
okay.
And Eric was
Yeah,
only 6 weeks old,
right.
but
Yeah, yeah.
because of all the what they call reference pictures, so I just want our listeners to know that those reference photos were of you and of all different relatives through their lifetime, different ages of them. And that is what helped them make that age progression of Eric. And it looked so much like him when he was actually found and they compared it.
It was amazing.
Yes,
I just can't even, I don't have the words even. I'm crying because I can't think.
I
I
know.
know.
It was just just such a gift. I was actually at the center a few days ago, and I saw the age progression picture of
Oh,
Eric and the
oh,
picture of what he actually looked like when he
oh
was
my,
recovered.
oh
And
my God.
it was so close, so amazing.
Yeah. That's when Colleen took the picture that Joyce sent her, and then Eric had a card for the school and saw that it was him and not his father. I mean, not his father, but him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so Brent and Michael were the same person, which was his dad. At this point, I didn't know that Eric was found during and I was called my caseworker. What was her name? Maureen.
Maureen.
Yeah, okay. So she knew all this, but she couldn't tell me yet. I felt that's why I was feeling. I was feeling in my heart, and Eric too. He didn't know the whys, and I didn't know the whys. The feeling was strong. I did just feel it was wishing thinking. Okay, so we're down to August. Oh, oh, 3.
Mhm.
Um, we're, I kept asking Meredith things to do still, like asking about fingerprints because I have uh, Eric's things in a
Yeah,
box.
from when he was born, yeah.
Yeah, I call it my Eric box.
Aw.
And but that's when she said she wrote and said the idea was fascinating and technology was such that it could possibly be after 20 years. Hold that thought. That's what she said. Yeah. And then September 5th rolled around. Colleen coordinated with the FBI to pull, oh, Brent's fingerprints, record to compare to his California department. Colleen concluded with the information that Brent slash Michael was the same. Okay, so it's September, and then I said, "Can we contact Unsolved Mysteries?" I really did because I was so desperate. I
Of
mean, you know how
course.
it is. You know how
Yeah.
desperate you feel.
Oh, absolutely, you'll do anything to get your child back. Anything.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then October, Coley. Oh, this is so good. She called Brent and she said, let's go to the McDonald's, and because they hadn't met in person, and she was so good. She was so good in getting him in there, and he thought that they were buds now. Okay, so um, her guys were in outside in the cars or outside walking around, and then Brent came in, and she was had coffee for both of them, and anyway, she told me she goes, I need to check you for weapons. And he goes, oh, I don't have a weapon. She goes, I know, but this is our protocol. Okay. So that's when the guys are going to be ready. And so they both went out. I wish I could have been there. And they cuffed him and said he was under arrest.
Wait, Eric's father or Eric?
He played him.
That's
It was,
great.
I wish I could have been there, Abby.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could have been there. Oh, I might have done something wrong though. So it's good that I didn't.
Yeah, it's good you didn't. But
So
so Eric didn't even know he had a mother. He thought you died, right? What
yeah,
did his father tell him? Because I remember it was
he's
a very bizarre story.
yes. Okay, so he told his his oh, I can't even talk. Brent told Eric that your mom did die, and she was Filipino, and she went to vacation to see her family, and there was a volcano that erupted, which was real back in the 80s, and and he he drew a picture. I don't know, somebody drew a picture and said that his Filipino mom passed and he was half Filipino. So the first thing he said when I called him on the phone just to see him the next day at the base, he said, I called him Eric, he called me Penny Gale. He goes, am I half Filipino? He said right away, am I half Filipino? I said, heck no, you are half Puerto Rican. And he was so happy. He yelled to his friend in his room because he was on the barracks. And he goes, hey, I'm half Filipino. I mean, half Puerto Rican.
Was like for him finding out that you were actually alive?
He just said, when we sat down, he just said, the first thing he said, well, not the first thing, he touched my knee and he said, thank you for finding me. Thank you for doing what you did to get me out of there and away from him. I said, honey, I would still be doing it if you weren't here. Yeah. He was I think he was just stunned, just stunned and thinking. He's got all the siblings, even if
Yes.
they had to fly, they flew for at least 24 hours. And my oldest daughter said, in the morning, she says, "Mom, look, Eric is still here." Yeah, like, as if somebody had taken him. But I said, "Oh, yes, he better be." Oh, no. And he was very quiet and shy, but he's opened up a lot. We have done so much blooming with our relationship. We still have much more, and he's got 2 children. One is a stepdaughter, and one is his, own. I think he's 15 already. So, yeah, so they're moving away. I'll see them on Saturday. So,
Yeah.
what else?
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, after 22 years and you developed such a close relationship with him is amazing. I mean, that's to your credit, Penny Gale, of what a
I didn't
loving
even know
person.
how. I mean,
Yeah.
the 2nd day, we went to see some friends, and I think it was his birthday. Yeah, it was his birthday, and he would turn 22. And he was going with all the siblings to one of their friends' house, and he got out of the car, and I was just going to sit in the car for a little bit, and he goes, "Okay, I'll see you later, mom." The 2nd day, he's calling me mom. He's always called me mom, and gives yeah, we get hugs. So it's
All those years, he just longed to have a mother, someone who would be good to him rather than how his father was.
we talked at first for a while. I could tell that he wasn't gonna talk because he wanted to protect me, and I, same, wasn't gonna talk because I wanted to protect him because of what would have happened while he was with his father or when I was with him. And even now, little by little, we're still learning on
Yeah.
how each other was and how awful it was. We both we both call him a monster. He came up with it, and I already thought it. So and he is such a good man, Abby. I prayed for that. I really did. And all the prayers, I have it typed, all the prayers and all the things he told me what he did or what he needed to do. I said, "This is what I did." He was the say he's sitting right here. I go, "I prayed for that." And then he'd tell me something else. "I prayed for that." And I got it down on my thingy, my story. And, it's just like heaven opened up for us "Okay, it's time. You've waited 22 years. We're gonna allow you to get your son." That's what happened.
How
Anything else?
courageous. Really. I mean,
He was scared of his father, believe me. He was
yeah.
scared of his father because he was so mean. He was so mean. He told me one time when he was doing his homework, because he had issues with I don't know what it was, for school and doing his homework, and he wanted his dad to help. He goes like this on the table, "Get that done now." I wouldn't help him. I and I thought, "Oh my gosh, that jerk. Oh my gosh." And yet he doesn't like to see him. If he sees him, it's maybe once a year, if that. And so I'm sure he drove to California to see just to see him because he's leaving the state, and I don't mind. I mean, it is his father. Bless you. Oh, goodness.
Thanks. Oh, I understand that, he is his father. And, in spite of all that and the horrible way he was raised, he turned out to be a really good man. He always had your heart, even though you were separated. Yeah.
Absolutely. Everything I prayed for, I'm not kidding, I have it down here, came to pass.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he was so excited, he's like, "I have what? I have 5 siblings? How do you deal with that when you've been on the only child for 22 years?"
Yes.
But they were so
5 children.
excited.
Yeah. And all those all those nieces and nephews and
Yeah.
wow. What a
Oh,
life he came into.
oh,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's wonderful. That's so Penny Gale, what do you wanna leave the listeners with? What's do you think is the most important part of your story that you wanna leave them with?
I wanna say, I forgot to say that when Eric was telling me, "Thank you for not giving up," he told me, "Thank you for never giving up," and he touched my knee. He goes, "Yes." He says, "Thank you for never giving up." And I always, always, never, never forgot to be hopeful. You have to keep it in your heart, even
Yes.
if it hurts. I'm telling you, you have to do these things. Don't give up, please. Please don't give up and have your heart with hope. And I can testify to that, whoever's listening. I know that you're hurting so much. And I'm so, so sorry because I get it. Abby gets it.
Yeah.
And if you pray, pray, even if it's not answered yet, and share it if you feel like it. Don't be afraid. I didn't share this for years. I
Your
mean years,
story.
because
Yeah.
I was so scared. I was like, "What are they gonna think?" And I didn't even know the how-tos. I mean, I have it typed, but I still don't know I didn't know the how-tos of how to share with these women and men. And then if you do, I promise you, you know what? I've sent these out to, some people, and they ask for it because they love my story, and they tell me, "Thank you so much, because now I have hope." That's what they tell me.
Yeah.
Oh. Mhm.
Absolutely. I mean, when you think about it, there are over 200,000 family abductions every year. Every year. I mean, it's a serious problem, and people really need to take it seriously. Eric should have been with you. I mean, instead of for 22 years with a man who abused him, he should have been with his loving mother. And so we need the help of everyone to look out for all these kids. They need to come home. And Eric is like the poster child for that,
Yeah,
really.
yeah,
And he did come home.
yes,
Yeah,
he did.
yeah.
It's
And
just
he's a
amazing.
really good man.
He is, and my
Yes,
husband, he's our the stepfather, but he says he's met Eric just when I did as an adult, so he's the father,
yes.
and yeah, he's his dad.
Yes, I wanna tell everybody that you have a wonderful husband,
Yeah,
and,
he's awesome.
yes, your life has turned around, and you have a really kind and compassionate husband, and your son is home, and your family is all reunited, and
Mhm.
everybody is wonderful, and
Yeah,
yes,
it's really good. I'm very grateful,
yes,
very much so.
thank you. Thank you so much, Penny Gale.
Abby, I wanna give you a hug.
I'm gonna give you one too. We will. When you come out to see Eric in Maryland,
Okay,
we'll see each other.
okay,
Definitely.
alright.
Okay. All right. Right now, I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna show a missing child. So, well, actually, two children. Um, Juliet Hernandez and Arlette Hernandez Gutierrez. And they've both been missing since January 16th, 2026 from Pensacola, Florida. Juliet is 5 years old and Arlette is, let's see, only 1 year old. And Arlette and Juliet were last seen on January 16th, 2026, and they may be in the company of their mother, Norma Gutierrez Velasquez, and the father, Jose Hernandez Perez. And this is Norma, and this is Jose. They're both 21 years old.
So young.
The pictures aren't that good, but just, be on the lookout for them. If you think you've seen any of them, please call the Escambia County Sheriff's Office in Florida at 850-436-9620 or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST. And if you are watching this on YouTube, then you can see the pictures. But if you're listening in and you don't have a visual, please go to the National Center's website at missingkids.org and search for these adorable children, and let's get them safe and home where they're supposed to be. I just want to thank all of you for listening in, for being in this podcast today. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to do my best to answer them and would really appreciate your comments and suggestions. You can reach me at the email abduction.victimtosurvivor@gmail.com. And you can also follow the podcast on our Facebook page, Abduction Victim to Survivor. I really hope that you will subscribe and leave a review or a comment, because I believe that your support will help people find their voices and the strength to tell their stories. I mean, you could see how hard it was for Penny Gale, but she really wants people to know and understand what family abduction really is. So if you or someone you know is facing family abduction, custodial conflict, or their aftermath, please reach out to me. You're not alone. And we'll see you next Tuesday on Abduction, Victim to Survivor. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Penny Gale. It's been wonderful to spend time with you. Thank you.
Loved it. I loved every minute, even if it was difficult. But it's getting easier, even though my heart is full.
I know.
So,
bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, Abby.